Welcome to the Bourbon Life Podcast, your source for all things bourbon. Join your hosts, Mark and Matt, as they drink and review bourbons, share news about upcoming events, interview the who's who in the bourbon world, and, most importantly, bring you along for the fun of living the bourbon life. Now, here's your hosts, Mark and Matt.
All right, everybody, welcome back for another episode of the Bourbon Life Podcast. I'm your host, Mark, and with me here tonight live in the Bourbon Life Studios, otherwise known as my basement, it is my good friend, my bourbon drinking and food eating buddy, Matt. Matt, how you doing, man?
Good. You know, you're right. I am a food eating friend of yours.
Yes, it's exactly right. It's funny how that happens.
One of my hobbies is eating.
Eating, yeah. Something about living and, maintaining
Something
life.
about.
You just have to do that. Well, you're an Ironman, too, so you got to eat a lot.
So I got to eat if I ever want to get out of your basement.
Yeah.
Crawl out of the Bourbon Life Studios here.
And put the lotion on, but that comes later, so don't worry about it. Anyway, but we've got a great show. We've got guests with us in the studio, so I'm always excited when we have people with us here in the studio. But we do want to thank all of our sponsors for all they do for us, so thank you guys for that. Matt, with that said, let's just jump right into it, man. Tell everybody who we have with us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We should jump right. You know, I was going to ask you how you're doing, but I think we should just jump right into the show.
Let's just jump into it. I'm hungry.
He's good.
True story. We have a great show lined up. I'm really excited about this one. Mark failed to tell me who we were recording with this
Surprise,
evening.
man.
Yeah,
It's a surprise.
And I am beyond excited. We have returning guest Ruth Osterman, and also with her Jessica Faulhaber, both from Bonne Vie. They are both chefs, owners, jacks of all trade, Jills of all trade, however you want to say it. And we are so excited to have them back on the show and to have Jessica on the show for the first time.
Yeah.
Yes. Gonna have such a fun time.
Yeah,
Yep.
Absolutely. Welcome, and welcome, Jessica. Your first time here.
Yeah, my first time here.
Great.
Is that your first podcast too? Yeah.
It's my first podcast
Oh,
too, so I'm
oh
like,
my gosh.
I'm
All
like,
right.
oh, big
What do I
day.
Yeah. Well, you picked the right one to start with. I'm
That's
telling you
right,
that.
that's right.
Booze and food.
Exactly.
How
And
could
good
you go wrong?
company.
Yes.
Yes.
And so
I'm
how
always
could you go
down
wrong?
to talk booze and food.
Yeah,
for
well,
sure.
we are too. That's great. We
For sure.
usually now Matt will cook us like for Thanksgiving or Christmas or both. He will actually make us all because we have a crew.
Yeah.
So there's 5 of us, and Matt will usually cook. He'll come over here and cook for us. So we'll have like our own family meal
That's
together,
awesome.
and then he'll use the bourbon and rye to make the stuff, and then he'll pair it with whatever we're going to drink
Oh,
that
heck
night.
yeah.
Gosh, what a
That's
party.
always good.
So it's great.
That's
So-
a great time of year for that, for bourbon
Absolutely.
and food to go
Yeah.
together too,
Yeah.
on top of it all.
We like to use it as like a pre-holiday kickoff, as kind of a way to get our listeners thinking about holiday potluck foods. I try to make stuff that's fairly easy to prepare, but also has some, like Mark said, some sort of bourbon or rye cooked into or baked into the recipe. So a fun way to entertain people.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
anyway, my food is nowhere as sophisticated as what we're
Yeah.
going to be eating tonight. So ladies, please.
Yes, speaking of food, let's talk about what you guys brought for us. Whoever wants to tell us, I'll see if I can get a picture of this. But if you all want to talk about this before I destroy it.
So what we have is a rye toast point with prosciutto, a little bit of creme fraiche, and then trout caviar. And this is something that we're going to have for our next Appalachian Chef's Table.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk
for the
about that. Yeah,
appetizer,
we'll talk
yeah.
about that dinner here shortly for sure. But how interesting! I've never had trout. I've just lost the word.
Caviar.
Caviar. Thank you.
Yes. You're
Wow,
welcome.
it's been a long day. But I love prosciutto. Now, is this is country ham cut kind of prosciutto style?
Yeah.
Shaved. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you're speaking our love language. Right. We've done 2 episodes about country ham, I think, at least. And bourbon.
I mean, you've done a few.
I did one with
you've
Freddie
spoken
No.
with Freddie,
with
and then
Steve
of course
Coombs.
Steve. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
have
Do
country
you guys
ham
have a
without Steve
favorite?
Coombs.
Fred and Freddie know from being make some pretty daggone good country
Yeah?
ham. Yeah,
I need to try that one.
They have their own smokehouse, and I'm telling you, they really do some great stuff. Broadbent has great stuff. Colonel Newsom is also Colonel Newsom. Yeah, Colonel Newsom down
Newsom's.
in Western Kentucky. I got some 36-month-old country ham from them a few years ago,
Oh my gosh.
and it was incredible.
I need to up my game on the country ham.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
roadmap.
I'm about to have some
passport.
36-month-old
Matt,
hanging
that's
outside.
right.
I've got 3 hanging outside
Matt
of my
and I
house
was-
right now.
Yes.
Listen, that's what we need to do.
Yes,
I've
we
been
do.
wanting
Yeah.
to hang like a prosciutto
Oh yeah.
in
yeah.
the kitchen with, after our health inspection.
Yeah. But I mean, so we're big fans of prosciutto, and this sounds awesome. I have not taken a bite just yet, but I'm curious to see because the salmon caviar kind of has me curious because I love. I guess I've had caviar before, but it's not something I eat regularly, right?
Yeah.
But I'm generally beforehand. You said it's not really briny though, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So the trout caviar it's not super briny, but it's fresh, and it's because it's got a bigger sphere to it. It's going to have a cool texture.
Okay.
I don't want to say boba because it's going to make it strange, but it's different from like a sturgeon caviar where there's it's very fine little discs. And
Yeah.
so, this one is Thomas Keller's brand, the Regis Ova.
Okay.
But he has so many different kinds, and it's cool that he's into caviar now because caviar is kind of becoming less of a rich man's only kind of food, and
Right.
people are being able to kind of experience it without it costing, $400 of.
Yeah,
a tasting.
I've seen people do it on TikTok. I guess people doing the caviar shots, or where I guess you put it on
Yes, the chasers.
Yeah. I've seen that. I'm like, man, I can't spend $185.
I mean,
just
we
to
got
do that,
it.
but
We could do a chaser.
We could do a chaser. We may
we
do
could
by
be
third
TikTok
round.
famous.
Right. By the third round, we may be doing some
See how far we get in the
caviar
bourbon?
chasers for sure. Well, I'll tell you what, we're also tasting something tonight, Matt. Before I jump in, let's talk about what we've got poured up for our first round here as well.
Absolutely. We are super excited on this first round. We are going to be featuring the 2025 release of the Maker's Cellar Aged.
Oh, yeah.
So this would be a new product 2 years ago for Maker's Mark.
23 was the first release.
Yep. They're super aged, cask strength, straight bourbon whiskey, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. This is a special blend of aged barrels, 74% of which are 11-year, 10% are 13, and 16% of these are 14 years in age.
I didn't know. I had not read that. So
Yeah, see, it's all about reading the fine
Thank
print.
you,
here,
Matt.
Mark.
I appreciate
You're
your
welcome.
ability to read. I'm from Eastern Kentucky, so sometimes we don't do that.
Yeah, it's asking a lot, I know. 112.9 proof, and I'm curious to see how this is going to go with our appetizer here. I would think ladies, you have to let me know how this works out, but I was thinking something a little bit sweeter with a wheated bourbon and not as spicy, not as long, because sometimes a very salty or briny food can leave your palate really awake. So if you give it a super spicy or super hot bourbon, it might blow things out and kind of burn.
It can be
up a
bitter
little bit.
too
Okay,
at the end because of that astringent part. So I'm excited to try this one, and the fact that it's new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brand new. I just got that bottle at the Bourbon Festival, actually. So, yeah.
This is perfect time.
Yeah, they just
Exactly.
released that at the end of August, so it's not that old.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a brand new release for them. Matt, what do you pick up on the nose on the bourbon?
It's got a really nice nose. Brown sugar and vanillas come through.
sugar.
It's definitely, it tastes, or at least it smells aged. There's a good amount of oak, a good amount of influence to it. It's kind of crisp, honey note to it. It's not at all funky or stale. Just really nice, really bright, not overly hot, well balanced, but definitely provides a bit of age to the nose.
Yeah, the brown sugar was the first thing that really popped to me when you said that. I was like, yeah, absolutely. For Maker's Mark, a lot of times with the wheated mash bill, I get almost like a strawberry kind of flavor. I don't pick it up as strong on this one as well. I still get that little bit of a hint. I've heard people also talk about it almost like a strawberry Danish or like a pastry of some form.
Yeah, a jam or even like a roasted strawberry.
Yeah.
Kind of. So those sugars caramelize just a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of almost smells like that muscadine marmalade that I made last week.
You should.
Next time.
Last time it was the peach bruschetta.
Yes.
Yeah, with that blackberry.
That balsamic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I still think about that.
Yeah. So, well, anybody else has any nosing notes on this one that stand out to you?
No, I mean, you called it all, in all honesty, because I was like,
Yeah.
I think kind of like
smells so
toasted banana bread,
a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
but not funky, not like a rum that has kind of like that,
Yeah.
fermented banana. It's got maybe like a walnutty
Yep, I can see
smell
that.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good call on that one. Had not picked that out, but yeah, I did like that one. All right, so I'm going to take a bite, but while I'm doing that, I'm going to let Jessica take this first sip, but then I'm going to ask her, put her on the spot.
It's
Because
good that you took that sip first.
I'm going to let Ruth kind of give us the Cliff Note version of her story because she was on last year. But Jessica, this is your first time, so
This is my first time.
yeah, just let's hear about your background and where you came from and how you got involved in being a chef.
So it actually kind of came out of nowhere, in all honesty. I actually started out, the job came out of nowhere. Somebody made a post on Facebook, a friend of mine shared it, and it was a grocery shopping job for Ruth.
Oh, wow.
And I called and she was like, oh, well, you got to talk to the grocery shopper. And this isn't Ruth. Ruth had no idea this was going on.
I didn't know.
Like, I was a complete surprise hire. When I showed up, she was like,
But
hold
a
on.
great
Hi.
surprise.
Hi, how you doing?
Hello.
But I had gastric bypass, and I have been like on like this path of like learning about nutrition and everything. So when I found out about Ruth's company, I was like, this is like kismet.
Yeah.
Let me do the thing. And also, I needed a part-time job that let me take care of my two kids who were both autistic and let me
Okay.
be at home with them.
Yeah.
Eventually, while they're both autistic, they can be home alone and, they're good and everything. So the job kind of just grew from there. And
Yeah.
I went on to be her client concierge and her office manager. And then last year, I started out on the chef side of it.
That's
And
awesome.
everything. So I've just kind of hit the ground running a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm still running. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah. She's also handling our private flight that we've gotten into for the last year. So we do private flight catering.
Right.
And she's my gal Friday for that.
I'm the guru.
Yes.
That's awesome. Do you ever get over there and be like, hey, just take me somewhere, okay? Can I just go on a ride?
All the time. We've got a couple of clients who they travel a lot, and I make jokes about, if your suitcase is just a little too heavy, just ignore it. It's all good. Just
right.
leave me some air holes. We're good.
Never mind me. I'll just be back here in the corner, right?
I
Pack some
also
snacks.
offered to be a private chef for one of them. Like, hey, you want me to come with you? I can cook for you the whole time.
Yeah. If they're so used to having us with their food when they're here,
Yeah.
we don't want to take that away when
Absolutely.
they're traveling.
Absolutely.
Hmm. That's how great concierge service
Yes,
works, right?
we just
You-
want to be considerate.
Absolutely, and that's why we love you all so much. So considerate to let us travel
Yes.
with you.
Yeah. Well, if you guys ever do a bourbon international tour, let us come with you. We would.
Oh, 100%.
we could do bourbon and food,
Yeah.
the international tour.
Oh my gosh.
100%.
Yeah. In Japan, I think
It would go over.
would be
really
pretty
good.
cool.
I mean, they're doing cruises on the Ohio River now.
Exactly, right? Oh, yeah. I've kind of looked into that a little bit,
Yeah.
but haven't pursued it as
I think
much.
it's Viking that started doing it or something.
They do a
like
lot of
that.
river cruises, and they actually do a lot of European, but they also do a lot here stateside as well. So
I mean, what's better than
think there's-
bourbon in the water and
what more could you want out of
exactly
life, right?
on a steamboat? That would be even
Yeah,
better.
that would be a lot of fun. All right, Ruth. So give us your condensed version.
Yeah, we're actually celebrating 10 years this October.
Really?
So, yeah, it flew by.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy smokes!
Yeah. So, as far as kind of like what we offer, we have a storefront now. So, we have the dinner parties that we get to do, especially like the bourbon tastings. I think we're doing a couple private events. We just did a really fun team builder for about 15 people. Tomorrow we have one for 30.
Wow.
But we also do personal chef meals. So all of those are completely customized, especially for allergens.
Oh, yeah.
We have a bunch of people we've seen now that have onion and garlic sensitivities. And so that's one of the things we're known for. It's kind of our bread and butter. But
Is that like low food map?
It's almost
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, low FODMAP is such a strange.
It's a little bit farther than low FODMAP.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
with
Yeah.
low FODMAP, you can have like infused oils and things like that. It's more
Or
about the garlic
powders.
pieces.
Yeah.
There's a spectrum.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
For sure. But yeah, so we really love doing those. We just wrapped up our summer kids cooking camps.
Oh, I remember you talking
that's
so much
right.
about
Nice.
that.
Here.
They're so
Yeah.
much fun. I think sometimes the kids have better knife skills than adults do. Because we get a lot of parents that are like, are they going to be okay? Like, my kid's like 7. We're like, listen, once we teach them all about knife safety and how to have kitchen safety, not microwaving metal,
Exactly.
turning on knobs that shouldn't be on there.
Or leaving a plastic lid onto a container,
But
that kind of thing.
I will say that we have not had any fingers lost or any
No.
tears shed. So
That's great. Yeah.
yeah. So it's been really fun. But yeah, doing all this with the culinary background, with the French Le Cordon Bleu program that I went to in Chicago, and then accidentally naming this company after that Bonne Vie cheese company that sells brie. It's weird how I never intended it to have that French theme, but it sort of just like organically came from that. And French people in general for culinary are really known for their hospitality with it. So
Yeah.
it's been cool.
Yeah, because you're a double degree
Yeah.
person, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm an overachiever.
Because you were in
Couldn't
Chicago. You went to
disciplinary.
Chicago, right?
Correct.
I'm trying to remember the story, so just
Yes.
help me out a little bit.
So the first program I finished with my applied science degree was culinary arts. With that program, they do kind of cross teach you baking and patisserie just to kind of get your hands in it a little. But when I was done with culinary, I was looking at 100 other students that were also going to look for a job in the city that I was in. And Chicago's not small, but I was like, I got to have something to set myself apart. So then I finished the baking patisserie program after that. So I have both of those certifications.
Yeah, I remember Matt joking about that last year because he's like, worlds colliding. Like,
Yes.
do not mix these people don't even
They're
mix together,
not.
right? And you're
No.
both. So
Yeah, I like both aspects for totally different reasons.
Yeah.
So.
You're like the translator
I know.
between the two.
I'm
like
the mediator
You
of
are.
the
You're
culinary world.
the only way that
100%.
pastry and,
Yes.
and,
It's
and
for
the
totally
wine can
different
talk
attitudes.
to each other. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been super fun. But 10 years is not. It doesn't feel like it at all. It feels just like 1999 feels like it was 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know when you start thinking, it's like, I'm like,
Don't think too hard.
you think about the 90s, back in
Yeah.
the 1900s.
Oh my God. I saw a T-shirt that said "Born in the 1900s," and I was like, "Oh gosh, we're gonna die of dysentery."
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're not going to die of dysentery. We're dying of awesome food. So
Yes.
I've already eaten mine. You guys have not.
I
And
know.
I'm like, I'm sorry. I put you on the spot.
Being
to
a
talk
girl
so much.
about it and
Yeah.
just eating little bites at a time.
Oh, mine was one shot, one
Well, you do have to commit.
straight down. Yeah.
Did you do it
I
yet?
did not commit.
I
no.
took three bites.
That's a
and
big bite.
It was delicious, absolutely delicious. I love the combination of flavors. Matt, what did you think in terms of the combination of the bourbon, the cellar aged makers with the food?
I think there's some good and some bad with it. In mine, having the rye crisp or the rye bread underneath, I think the wheat and the wheated bourbon really played well to to cut some of that rye grain and add just a whole other component to the dish.
Yeah.
I also think maybe that went like a touch too far. It could have played a little bit better. So
Yeah.
Maybe not my best
That's
pairing on it, but there are definitely parts of that I really enjoyed, and so it did a good job of fighting against, but not as good a job of complementing maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it's high proof too, and I'm sorry to start you all off with the high proof bourbon, but
We're here for it.
But I'm telling you, high proof bourbon with the prosciutto style ham, that combination just gets me every time. I absolutely love it. So this was no different. I could still taste the rye from the bread, but that sweetness from the makers blended in really well, I thought, with that. But then that high proof almost kind of felt melty with that ham. I could feel it almost kind of dissolving on my tongue.
From the fat, I think.
The fat, yeah, exactly. And it's just, it leaves that nice coating. Matt, did you drink the whiskey by itself? I guess I should ask you what you thought about that.
I did have a little bit
What
of the
did you think about the
whiskey
palate and the
before.
finish, just the whiskey by itself?
Oh, I think it's great. I think it's a really nicely done weeded bourbon. Oftentimes, makers, like you were saying earlier, really strong, like jammy, marmalade, strawberry, berry type notes. I think this, there's more oak present, a little more honey, a little more of that sugar comes through. To me, it was almost like a sweet straw note that I really liked, like a straw or hay.
Almost like alfalfa?
Yes, I absolutely see it.
Okay.
So like a nice note to kind of like just add some brightness, some kind of weirdness to it. I mean, after all, it's been stored in a cellar for up to like 14 years. We want it to be a little bit weird, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and I forgot to ask you all, did you drink it with the food? Did you try those together?
I did before, and then I did
during.
after.
So what were your thoughts? Jessica, what were your thoughts with the food and then by itself?
I think it played really well. I do think it could have been a little bit sweeter to cut through the saltiness of it, but this is a dangerous one to drink.
Oh.
This was an easy one.
It's very smooth.
It's definitely very
because
smooth.
with the high proof, it's
113 proof too.
Yeah.
I mean that could put a hurting on you pretty quickly, but I agree.
100%.
It is easy. Once you take a couple sips, you're like, wow,
once it's like 5 or 6 sips, you're like, this is really
this
easy.
is really good.
I've had
and
some
easy.
bourbons where I've gone, hold on.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
then this one was easy.
yeah. And you never. It's like every sip. Sometimes it's like there's the burn, there's the burn, there's the burn. But with this one, it's like a couple pours, a couple sips, and it was like.
There was like a tiny burn, but other than
nothing.
that,
Yeah.
no.
What about you, Ruth? What did you think?
So I can't give as comprehensive of a review because
That's okay.
I have these gluten-free crackers that don't have rye.
Okay.
They are heavier on the salt.
Okay.
So I'm getting a lot more salt than I am from the sweetness, I think. The creaminess of the creme fraiche and that fattiness of the prosciutto, though, I think that's kind of like what pulls it all together. And I would not give yourself a hard time about this. If it's a first pancake situation and we need to what do you think? Like we should do something. Are you looking for more of a rye presence for the next one or corn?
I think on the next round we wanted to try like a nice toasted rye, right?
Yeah.
I think
what
so.
I was thinking. Something.
We can do that. See
Yeah,
how
where we've
that
got
pairs.
some rye, but a
Does
little.
that mean we have to eat another one?
Oh, no. And if you guys have extra little, these are those Simple Mills crackers.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of Costco, they sell them there and it's dangerous.
Yeah, I love. Yeah, absolutely.
So if you guys want to try a couple different.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Crispies.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're at the end of round one. Now, how'd that happen? I don't know, but we've already gotten.
We
here.
do it every time.
It's crazy. I know. Fortunately, we make it,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, we seem like we make it too fast.
I know.
It's kind of crazy.
The
So
time flies.
let's take a quick break. Let's get a word from our sponsors, and then we'll come back with more with Chef Ruth and Chef Jessica from Bonne Vie in just a minute.
Three Chord's line of whiskeys embody the spirit of creativity. The whiskey is a true collaboration between producer and composer Neil Giraldo and master blender distiller Ari Sussman. The Three Chord team of expert blenders, coopers, and sensory professionals have developed a multi-step process they called Perfectly Tuned Taste. This process begins by carefully selecting the finest bourbon and rye whiskeys from Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana, and then blending them together. Find out more about the whiskeys and distribution in your area at www.threechordbourbon.com.
All right, everybody, welcome back for round two of the Bourbon Life Podcast. I'm your host, Mark, and with me here tonight live in the Bourbon Life studios around the flights of the rectangular table, it is my good friend, my food-eating buddy, Matt. Matt, how you doing down there, man?
Good, Mark. I'm feeling nourished.
Awesome.
How
Got
are
some
you doing?
food?
How are you? I forgot to ask you last time. How are you doing? Are things over
Yeah.
in Mission Control, all right?
Absolutely. Got
the
everything
ship
here.
in ship shape?
Everything seems to still be working. And the Nomano's back to working, Matt. It magically,
Gizmo got a gizmo.
it started working again. I just left it alone for like 2 weeks and then charged it up and opened it up.
Funny
and it
what
was
happens
like,
when you charge the batteries on things.
It's
You know,
crazy.
like
Or
the-
plug things in.
yeah, you
it's-
plug it
it is
in,
the
you charge the
darndest-
batteries, or you just
yeah.
leave it alone for a couple
I
weeks.
put gas in my car, the thing went.
Yeah.
Would you
All by
believe?
itself.
Yeah.
How did it happen like that?
Crazy.
But yeah, so yeah, man, I'm doing good, recovering. I know you're recovering from the Kentucky Bourbon Festival as well, not from drinking like
Yes,
we normally have to recover.
Usually it's my liver that's recovering. This time it's my legs that are recovering from standing for 4 days and
Yeah.
serving lots of whiskey to
Well,
a lot
you guys,
of patrons.
I mean, everybody, I think most people know that you're with Dark Arts out there here in Lexington, but you guys killed it, man. Your tent, everybody, I mean, I could not get over Friday, especially when I walked in, Matt, and I was making my way through all the heritage distillers, and then went over to the craft section where you guys were, and I'm walking down to that corner where you all were located, and I could not get through. And I'm like, what the hell is going on down here? There are so many people. Then I saw their booth set up.
Because that was Matt's area.
That was Matt's area, and I'm telling you, from Friday, I went back. Well, I didn't even get to talk to him Friday. I just saw him, like from 10, 15 people deep, and I was like,
Hey.
Little wave.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was
Awkward
it.
wave.
Yeah.
Hi.
Saturday, I walked around and just like, you know what, I'll just let it be. So Sunday I went back, and I usually don't do all 3 days. I'll do Friday, Saturday, and skip Sunday. This year, the weather was perfect. It was in the 70s.
Unbelievable.
Sunny.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
gorgeous. Friday was a little warm, but Saturday and Sunday were awesome. So I'm like, I've got to go back. So I got the chance to actually talk with Matt finally. But I mean, I'm telling you, from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, from the time they opened to the time they closed, man, their booth was crazy.
That sounds so
awesome.
exciting.
Yeah, I think the coolest part about it was we did have a long line the entire weekend, but we had so many people that waited in our line that had never heard of us before.
That's
And so
amazing.
That's big.
if we,
Yes.
if you come to like our products or like somebody's products or there's something special going on, you're fine waiting in a line. But
Right.
to like wait in a line and have no idea
No clue.
what you're walking up to.
I think they just felt like how everyone else's presence was there, and they were just like, we have to get in on this.
See, it's
Oh, yeah.
like that theory that you see
fear of
people in a
missing out.
line.
Yes.
Yeah, so you just get in a line.
The
but,
New York line, who knows?
Yeah.
But it's got to be good.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And of course it is.
And it was great. So he's tired from that. I'm tired because I went 3 days in a row, which I usually don't do. And I did not drink that much because my wife didn't feel well. She did not go 2 of the 3 days. So I was my own designated driver. Usually
Yeah.
she drives us. By the
You had
end
to
of the
mind your responsibility just a little more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course, we always drink responsibly at
Of
the Kentucky
course,
Bourbon
as you
Festival,
should.
kids. Just keep
Yes.
that in mind out there.
Yes.
But usually, yes, at the end of the day at the festival, when Matt wasn't working and we were just there, my wife would drive us both home. So,
yeah,
Very smart idea.
usually I'm carried out in like a wheelbarrow.
Yes. Just sort of like shove you in the back.
Yeah.
Well, your wife's a good woman, that's for
absolutely.
sure.
She's put up with me. It'll be 25 years next month.
Oh my
so,
goodness, this
yes.
is huge.
Yeah, absolutely. So she deserves everything in this world that
Everything
she can
good.
get.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because she put up with me for a
Yeah,
long
she's paying it forward for sure.
Yeah. I'm a fan. Your wife is amazing.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. But yes, Matt, all that to say, I'm doing great. Long story, even
Yeah.
longer. Yes.
And now that we're 10 or 15 minutes in
Now
on
that-
this round, like we were
That's
just
the end of
talking,
round
how does this,
two. We'll come
this
back.
happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're excited to have Chef Jessica, Chef Ruth from Bonne Vie here in Lexington, back in the Bourbon Life Studios for
Yeah.
the second round. And let's get into what we're drinking because
Yes.
we know we're going to have a whole lot of great conversation and more to snack on this round.
And Matt,
So-
you picked this one as
Oh,
well.
that's right. And I'm holding the bottle.
You are.
The little sampler here as well. So this is Peerless Distillery in Louisville. This is batch 2 of their toasted rye.
Yeah.
Proof kind of unknown on this one, so we're going in flying a little blind on this, but we're giving it a go.
Absolutely. So you guys have nosed it. I usually ask Matt first, but I've noticed you all sniffing on it. Is there
Always.
anything that stands out to you all on the nose on this one?
Pear.
Okay.
A little
Yeah.
bit, yeah.
What do you think?
A little bit of pear. It's definitely sweet smelling to me.
Almost like pink peppercorn. Like it's not super nutty like a black peppercorn, but it's got a bit of, I think from the rye, that spice in there, but it's not.
You food people, I swear. Jeez.
I mean,
And
honestly.
that's great though.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's just kind of like thinking through your little like Rolodex. Oh my gosh, Rolodex.
Yeah,
it really
we know what that
1900s
is.
was a
You
way
were,
10
you
years
were
ago.
born in the 1900s, weren't you?
Oh god, yeah.
We have 2 younger chefs that love to remind us that we were born in the 1900s.
Wait,
Yeah.
let me look at my BlackBerry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
god.
is that like the Instagram videos where like put like a parent and their child like on opposite sides of a screen and like
Yes.
show us what it talking on the phone looks like.
Yes.
And like
Yeah,
the
I
parent does
know.
this
Yeah,
and the
the
kid,
parent- Yeah.
the kids like
Yeah.
The
does
kid's not
the-
even on the talking; they're just texting. 'Cause
Yeah.
who talks on their
Who
phone
talks
anymore?
on the phone? Like,
Or
don't
how
leave
do
me a
you
message.
hang up your
Yeah.
phone and it's like, we do this.
do this,
and they go,
They're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, like
Wires? What's
how do you
that?
roll down the windows in your car?
Oh my god, this is such a fun conversation.
see, my kids at least know that because we used to have a car that
Okay,
had the
so
roll
they
down
act- you
windows.
roll the
So they
windows
knew,
down, so
they
they
know,
know.
Yeah.
they know
Right,
about
you
roll
raised
down
them right.
windows.
They know what it was like in the olden days.
In the old, and they will say that too. He's like, my oldest is 19, and I'm telling you, he'll be like, back in the day, and I'm like, kid, you're not old enough for back in the day. No,
Back
not
in
yet.
the day. Anything else on the nose for you guys? Matt, what do you get,
I want to
man?
know what Matt thinks.
The first thing, surprisingly enough, so Ruth, you said pear, and I think that's a really great descriptor, but the first thing I got was almost like a whiff of like sweet white wine or like champagne.
Yeah,
like
kind of.
like a Pinot Grigio or like some sort of like a dry white wine
Yeah, because
sweetness
it has
kind of
some
on.
floral.
Yes, I was going to say
like
there's like a little
brightness to
like
it.
rose petal or like
Yeah.
flower stem almost
Wow.
kind of note, like fresh cut flower stem. Then there's definitely that beautiful toasting note.
Yeah.
This one, I don't think it has like that charred oak with like the dark brown sugar and like the dark vanillas. This is more like that really beautiful toasted oak that's just kind of like this warm, almost kind of woodsy, campfirey sort of.
I kind of got fall vibes.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. Kind of like a leafy, like fallen leaf, like outdoor sort
Yeah,
of vibe
like you
to
brush
it.
against the apple trees as you're going to your bonfire.
But not pumpkin spice. Not pumpkin
Yes,
spice.
that's right.
No pumpkin spice.
No,
I get Ticonderoga pencil number 2.
those are the best pencils.
I get pencil
They are,
shavings. I
though.
really do. Like
Yeah,
almost like a
honestly-
see
cedary,
that.
woody kind of
Yes.
aroma to this.
Right after you sharpen
Right
that
after you
pencil.
sharpen the pencil.
Yes, exactly.
That's what
Oh,
I was.
gosh, yeah.
Fresh graphite, baby.
That's what I was like.
Oh,
yeah,
we love
that-
fresh graphite.
Yeah. So that stands out to me. I mean, that's what you guys got everything else. But yes, Matt, I was expecting that really dark sugar, like heavily charred toasted oak kind of aroma. And I don't get that on this, like you said. That light, so it's lighter, more floral.
Yeah.
But that, like the pencil shaving, I was like, I'm not going to say it. But then I'm like,
I'm
you know what?
so glad you did.
I'm gonna say it.
because it totally does.
Okay.
I mean, you're not wrong.
All right. I'm not crazy either.
Because
right?
sometimes you
Well,
get this like super
I've been
dark.
tested.
My mother had me tested.
Yes, Sheldon, exactly right. I'm going to sing Soft Kitty in round 3.
Oh, okay, we could all do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I really like the nose on this. I mean, it's kind of a surprise because I think I expected it to be that dark brown sugar,
Amber.
soupy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is a bit of a surprise, but it's a pleasant surprise. I really like this. So let's talk about the business and when you all are doing these dinners, because we're going to talk about the bourbon dinner you got coming up. But when you're thinking about that, well, let's talk about what was it that made you all think. Was there like a moment where you said, "Hey, this is a great idea. We can combine food and we can combine bourbon and have these wonderful kind of elevated meals." Was there a moment where you guys had that realization, like this is something we could really do?
I think honestly the space was like such a great environment for us to be creative with that, because being in an incubator kitchen beforehand, we were able to do the meals, but everything else dinner party wise was off site. So once we moved into this space, we were able to really get creative and have some fun in the kitchen. I would say that again, like when I moved here from Ohio and thinking I should just ask about local wines, and very quickly was, oh, honeyed.
Yeah,
Bless
there's
your
no.
heart.
Bless your heart.
As far as kind of like you want to get into bourbon. So that alongside with the dinner party thing, Kentucky's just all bourbon friendly. And we have so many amazing different distilleries here locally that we don't have to travel very far for. So it was almost like a responsibility. Like we had to innately put this in. And thankfully, we've had such great response to it. It helps it become more approachable for people who may not want to commit to like a full bottle or have to worry about being in a super crowded bar or restaurant. That, those are fun, but sometimes you kind of want a little more intimate setting.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
And I've been to one, and it was awesome.
oh, thank you.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
loved having you.
And you
have to
haven't
come
even
next
been
time.
in since we
I'll be there.
changed some more
I have
things.
not. Yeah, so I definitely need to come
And
back.
everything.
And I did have to say, because you all catered a event for me last year, small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a little Christmas get together that I had with just like 5 friends. It
Oh
was
my
very
gosh,
small, but
so
oh my
fun.
God, everybody loved it. So
Oh, thank
yeah.
you. We love hearing that.
You guys killed it. The food
100%.
was just top notch, absolutely delicious. Everybody had a great time.
Good. Good. We love getting to just make it easy for you guys.
Oh yeah, well yeah, it definitely did, and it was wonderful. So I forgot to say it. I was going to say it at the beginning, just completely spaced out on that. But But yeah, so not only am I a friend, but I'm also a client.
Oh, yes.
That's right.
He's not sponsored, I promise.
That's right. Yeah, there's no sponsorship money here.
Nope.
So when you all are thinking menus, we're and doing like a bourbon pairing or a bourbon theme type menu, where do you start? Do you start with the bourbon? Do you start
I've
with
actually
the
been
food?
starting with the food.
Okay.
So I start because most of them have been with the Appalachian chef's tables and
Yeah.
everything. And what goes better? I mean, bourbon
So-
and Appalachian food are like.
So talk to us about the
there.
Appalachian chefs tables.
So the idea came about. There's a chef that's in Virginia, Travis Milton. I saw what he was doing, and I was like, why aren't we doing that here? And everything. I mean, we're right by Eastern Kentucky and everything, and you can make it upgraded and stuff. Like my first chef's table, we did soup beans, a breaded pork chop. And then I have this hoe cake that I do with bacon jam and blackberry. It is a magical hoe
magical.
cake.
I mean, you
It
had
is a
me at soup
magical hoe
beans,
cake.
so-
Oh yeah, and everybody was like, "Wait, soup beans and pork chop for a chef's table?" But we did it, and
Yeah.
we're actually going to teach it at the end of the month too, for it. But it's just I don't know how to explain it. In all honesty. Again, I did extensive research, like when we started doing our chef's tables and everything, like what works well with bourbon, because you want to make sure that it all just goes
Right.
together. And it's all about that rich food
Yeah.
for me. So what better way to do it? Appalachian and that, because that's all rich food.
Well, we got that Victuals cookbook.
Yeah, and
So
that
I'll
was
send
like
you the
a
link.
good
It's
start.
It's
Yeah.
right there.
fantastic.
But I want to do things out of, there's the Ghosts of Kitchen, Crystal Wilkinson. That's another one that I want to
Okay.
go through and see. And then one of Ruth's favorites is Blackberry Farm too. We're going to do some things out of that.
Love
But
Blackberry Farm.
I just like finding creative ways to make simple food look amazing.
Yeah. So basically, then you start with the food, and then you kind of go to look at the bourbon. Now, are there specific distilleries, or do you? It's what you have on hand, or do you think, oh, this would go
Some
great
of it's
with?
what we have on hand, but some of it's about how the bourbon plays with it.
Yeah.
So like last year when we did the one that you came to, I thought about like, hey, this is a little bit more earthy, so this bourbon works better.
Right.
Or this is a little more acidic, so we want this type of bourbon. I forgot all the bourbons that we used last year. In all
Yeah, I can't
honesty.
remember either. Yeah.
We love getting to
I
like.
probably had too many of them.
No,
I'm
no
just
such
kidding.
thing.
Never.
No, it was
Just
5
kidding.
courses. You were fine.
I was fine.
Yeah,
I was well
no,
behaved. The police
but-
said I was perfectly fine.
Yeah, as soon as you got home, your wife was great. Everything was good. But yeah, I mean, in kind of in tandem though,
Yeah.
with when we create that menu, we also love exploring the new bourbon distillery.
Yes.
Like
Sure.
the fact that when we come here and you're like, oh, we have this little sample of something,
Right.
I'm always like, I need the inside scoop on these because,
Sure.
you know, when we go to I really like Castle and Keys Distillery. I really like their seasonal releases, especially their gin
Yes.
releases.
Oh, seasonal gins.
The fall. Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh, so good. So, you know, we want to make sure that it's appropriate for the season that we do these dinner tables, but we also really love just getting to be like creative and have some excitement around new bourbons that is not just your typical
Yeah, for sure.
Woodford, Buffalo,
Right.
Trace. Like those are classic,
Right.
but those are things people have honestly mostly tried.
My
They're
dream
pretty
is
safe.
a bottled and bond dinner.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's a great
everything, but
idea.
we
You're
were
just now
looking.
telling me
It's
that.
the cost though for bottled and bond.
Oh, you mean the value of how special these are?
Yes,
People
they're
are gonna be
amazing.
so excited for that.
And the history behind the bottled and bond.
Yeah,
because
there's-
I was like diving like deep down
Absolutely.
into that, and I was like, oh my gosh, this would be
Yeah.
amazing.
There are quite a few bottled and bonds out there that are actually reasonably priced,
Yeah.
that are actually very, very good. Like Heaven Hill, the 7-year
Yeah.
bottled and
Yes.
one of the favorites that there's a white bottle at the very end from Heaven Hill. That's their old bottled and bond. It was 6 years old. It used to be like $12.99 a bottle.
Yes, Heaven Hill has some really well-priced.
Absolutely.
bottled
But
and
now they canceled that bottle, waited a year, brought out a 7-year, so they added a year and then tripled the price. So,
darn
but
it.
it's still delicious. I'm not
course.
going to criticize it
It's
because
still worth it.
it's absolutely delicious. But yeah, there are a lot, and Heaven Hill does a great job on their bottled and bond
I really like their
products.
whole product line. Is really
Absolutely.
It's fun, and the property is really pretty.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. But that's a great idea, bottled and bond dinner. How fun would that be?
especially with all the history behind it. I'm a history nerd, so that's the other reason why I started the Appalachian Chef's Table.
Do you have a connection to Eastern Kentucky? Or
my grandmother's from Barberville.
okay, I was thinking I knew there was some connection, and I could not remember what that was. So okay.
Yeah, my grandmother's in Barberville, and then all of my family's kind of like up and down Eastern Kentucky, Appalachian Mountains in general.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we have a town named after us in West Virginia, Honaker, West Virginia.
Really?
She's famous.
Yeah.
Hans Jacob Honaker was a big gun maker.
Okay.
That's kind of another dream, except for that gun is definitely out of my price range for that. But he was a Civil War gun maker, and the last gun that I saw go up for auction, it was $300,000, I think, or something like that. Yeah, definitely out of my budget.
Yeah,
definitely out of my budget.
We're gonna have to sell a lot more tickets.
I'm gonna have to
need a lot more tips, just so you know. But I also had family come through Fort Boonesboro too. If you see the Horns name, they came
so
through.
you've got a lot of connection in history tied to Kentucky. So that's awesome. Well, let's jump back to the whiskey. Speaking of which, this Peerless Toasted Rye. Matt, did you try it with the food?
I did try it with the food, and I was eating the crackers this time.
Okay.
And I think I liked it a lot. So the crackers don't have that high, it's not that rye toast or the rye bread that we were talking about. And so I think the cracker, without having the rye, and also the rye whiskey, the toasted rye whiskey, so not like overly rye forward. Yeah. I think the brininess of a little bit of the caviar, the salt, the fattiness from the prosciutto style country ham, I thought that was a pretty nice pairing.
See,
this one's actually going to go really well with a red wine like base dish, like our ossobuco that we did last year. That would be great with it.
Yeah. Matt, what about the palate and finish by itself?
I think it's excellent. It's good and warm. I think that the toasting of the oak really comes through there, where there's this, it's not overly charred oak. You're not picking up, like we were talking about earlier, those dark brown sugars or like molasses. It's more of like a lighter note on us, almost like a honey syrup or like light pie crust or like flaky pastry crust on it as well. But then there's definitely the rye whiskey in there. So some of that rye comes through. There's those herbal notes, a little bit of like that peppercorn, dill, kind of parsley grass type notes as well. Before the finish is good and spicy, warm. It reminds you that you are drinking like some nice whiskey, some good rye whiskey at that. A little bit of spearmint on the very tail end of it all to kind of like add just a wisp of like a refreshing note to the end of the palate.
Right.
So I think this is really, really well done. I think it's some really good rye whiskey.
Nice. Ruth, what about you? Did you have another one, a bite with it, or did you just...
I got so excited that I forgot. I think I did that last time.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I know. But what I will say is that it was kind of like the Hawaiian bread, or like that, like when you grill brioche.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not super sweet or buttery, but it's got that nice little toastiness on there. I was thinking buttermints at the end.
Okay.
Like when you mentioned the spearmint, I was like, it's kind of like
the dinner mints.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. It's like it's like just a really refreshing mint, but with it's cozy.
Yeah.
I think so, and it's very drinkable.
Yeah.
Do we know? We don't know the proof.
We don't know the proof on this one,
It's
unfortunately.
a mystery.
Yeah.
I wonder what do we think?
I could probably get online, maybe. I'm sure it'll be online because they've released batch 2.
Yeah.
So that was just a little sample.
I would bet this is probably, I'm going to guess 100 to 108.
I feel like we should
I was going to say like
in
107.
that range. I know usually Peerless, I think they go into the barrel a little bit lower. I know it's sweet mash. I'm going to bet that kind of like 105, 108 range.
It's the Price is Right, high or low.
That's right. I know. I don't want to overshoot here.
What do you?
We're gonna have to know later.
Did you have anything to eat with this, or you just taste it by itself?
I just tasted it by itself.
What'd you think? Anything?
I liked it. It's definitely drinkable, and that's funny. As you guys are like talking about the flavors, I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tastes
For
good.
it. It's almost like overwhelming.
It is really good.
But it's very it's definitely like something that's cozy for the even for the winter, for that matter.
Absolutely.
Just to sit at the fire.
I like this one because I had the rye toast, and I like this one much better with that than the Maker's Mark. That something about the combination, even with that rye toast, that it wasn't overwhelming from the spiciness side of things.
Yeah.
But there was just something about that combination that really fit well.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it better than not taking away anything from the Maker's Mark, but just pairing it with that.
Yeah.
I think this one is the winner for me so far. But it's funny because I get that mintiness, but there's almost like a hint of clove or something like after, for me, that lingers on the palate. It's a whisper of like a spiciness, and it comes across to me almost like clove. But this is really, and I don't like clove, but this is really, really good. I mean, I really, really like this rye. So now I'm going to have to know what proof it is, because I'm guessing maybe around 107.
It's funny you said something about like a clove on the very tail end. As we were talking about it, I was thinking sometimes when you go to like an Indian or a Middle Eastern restaurant, they kind of give you like the fennel.
The fennel.
Yeah,
Yes.
at like the very end of your
candy.
meal. Yeah,
Oh,
to
that
kind of
would
just
be
like
so-
chew a little bit. It's
Yeah.
certainly not that strong. Like
Correct.
I don't feel like I'm, tasting fennel or anise or anything, but there's almost just like this
Like a little whisper or
slight,
something.
of like herbal kind of note that sort of like closes it out.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is a winner for me. So good job, John Wadle, our buddy
Yeah.
over there at Peerless, and everybody else. You guys really knocked it out of the park with this one. So let's take a quick break. We're at the end of round 2.
Oh my
I
gosh.
mean, isn't that crazy how that it happens? but it does happen. And we're going to have to talk about the caviar. What did you call it? A shooter or a caviar
the
chaser?
Caviar chaser. We're going to be TikTok famous.
We're going to talk about that at the break, and we may see if we can work that out. But let's take a quick break, get a word from our sponsors. We'll be back with more with Chef Ruth and Chef Jessica from Bonne Vie in just a minute. Welcome to the kitchen table at James B. Beam Distilling Company, where every visit is a celebration of tradition and flavor. Did you know that the kitchen table is nestled right within the heart of the distillery? That's right. You can experience the essence of James B. Beam's legacy while savoring their delectable dishes. Join them every Wednesday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. for a culinary journey like no other. Planning a special event? Let the kitchen table be your host, creating unforgettable memories for you and your guests. And don't miss their upcoming Claremont Supper Club event on October 16th, featuring new releases from their Hardens Creek series. For more information and reservations, visit beamdistilling.com. The kitchen table at James B. Beam Distilling Company. Come as a friend, leave as family. All right, everybody, welcome back for the third and sadly final round of the Bourbon Life Podcast. I'm your host, Mark, and with me here tonight, live in the Bourbon Life studios, it is my good food-eating friend.
Food.
That's my buddy.
Is there a dead horse here
He's
somewhere?
not.
Yeah, right. No kidding.
I get on. Yeah, I unfortunately, I'm notorious for that. At least, he used to wear his beanie in here because it was so cold in the winter, and he'd always wear his beanie, or as I called him as a kid, a toboggan. But back in the 1900s.
Back in the 1900s.
Yeah, we call it a toboggan. He calls it a beanie. So I always called him my beanie wearing buddy.
Aw,
yeah,
the alliteration's nice.
Yeah, I thought so. Thank you so much
We'll
for
get
that.
you a T-shirt.
My bourbon beanie wearing buddy. But anyway, Matt, how you doing down there at
Mark,
the table, man?
If I were any better, there'd be two of me.
Aw.
That's awesome.
Yeah, how about yourself?
Man, I'm doing great. Having great food, fun conversation. This is so
Absolutely.
much fun. Really good drinks tonight, too. I've been impressed with both pours that you've picked. So looking forward to this third one. We're having a great conversation, a great time. And speaking of which, Matt, you want to tell everybody, in case they just happen to tune in
That's
randomly
right.
to the beginning of the third segment of our show.
That's right. And as we like to say, if you have just clicked play on your podcast for the Bourbon Life and fast forwarded 46 minutes to this point right now, we are so happy and so lucky to be joined by repeat guest Ruth Osterman, the owner and personal chef, and also Chef Jessica Faulhaber, yes. Client concierge, office manager, chef,
Jill of
Swiss
all
Army
trades.
knife.
Jill of all
Friday.
trades.
yeah,
Yep.
media guru.
That's right. Media.
Of all
Yes.
things,
Exactly right. She
La
does
Bonne
everything.
Vie here in Lexington, and we are so happy to have him back on for the third and sadly, like you always say, Mark, the final round of the Bourbon Life Podcast.
Yeah, but this time I'm really sad. Usually I just say sadly for fun, but now I'm really sad because this is going to be over soon because this is a lot of fun.
You guys are just so much fun to hang out with. I think it's so nice to just chat and talk about food and bourbon, and also all the different conversations about how it applies to what we do, but also like you guys have so much fun getting to find all these really unique.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're very fortunate. When Matt and I started, people ask all the time, how'd this start? I'm like, well, it was back in February of 2020, just 2 weeks before the state got shut down. We decided, it took him like 2 months to convince him to do a podcast with me. So we did. And Matt's, you're what, 19, 18 years younger than me? So it kind of just, it's kind of an odd combination of things, but we just kept running into each other and started hanging out and having pours at Liquor Barn.
Oh my gosh. Well, they had a great space over there for those.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. So we just run into each other and we just sit and talk and share pours. And I was impressed with his palate. He's always had an impeccable palate and just the ability to pick out the notes. So I learned a lot just sitting there talking to him. One time, it was funny, one of the ladies that worked there came over and she said, you know what? I just want to tell you how nice I think it is that you can just come up here and drink with your son.
Were you wearing a beanie?
Probably. It was probably the middle of winter or summer. Who knows?
I was like, son of a bitch.
We're like, this is a little too close for comfort here. Let's just keep drinking bourbon, okay?
Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I finally convinced him to start doing the podcast, but never would have imagined when we started doing this. Our first episode we recorded upstairs. Matt had this swishy jacket on, and every time he moved,
oh my gosh, I bet the background was really difficult to put down. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was awful. I didn't know what I was doing editing. I had no
well, it's not like we knew what we were doing.
We didn't know
recording.
What we were doing. Yeah, exactly right. So
well, I think
that's how every
congratulations
podcast
on such a fantastic run.
Well, thank you.
All of the guests that you've had on. I mean, you've had some really amazing. You had what was it, McTavish?
Graham McTavish.
Yeah. And then
Graham.
I was looking at his line of things.
Oh yeah.
So
McTavish Spirits. They're doing a really good job. Connor Gilbert, a friend of mine, works for him and has done a really exceptional job with that brand. So very happy for them. But yeah, we had Mike Rowe on the show from Dirty Jobs.
Yeah.
He released a whiskey as well.
Did he?
So yeah. Yeah, Noble Whiskey, right?
Yeah.
Noble,
is it really that?
Knobel. Noble.
Yeah.
Noble Whiskey.
It was his grandfather. I think it was his grandfather.
Carl Noble.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Well, I still trap, Matt. But yeah, so we have been very, very fortunate to have great guests, and we get access to a lot of wonderful things. So we're very fortunate.
Yeah.
We just love.
But we also get to have great guests.
We have great
like
guests
you
like
on
you guys.
as well.
Exactly right.
From all spectrums. So we get to talk to people who are so immersed in the bourbon production side of things, master distillers, people that work for different distillers, but also other people that take bourbon and great whiskey, celebrate it, and use it in their craft, which for you both is cooking, pairing bourbons, making meals, making great experiences. And that's why I think it is so cool to have you both on the show.
We love that too. It's so great.
I've got a mouthful of food,
I
Matt.
know.
Matt, just keep going. I'm so sorry. And I'm dropping salmon eggs everywhere. So.
Oh yeah, no, you can't waste any. You can't waste any of that caviar.
That's
Not
a
at all.
party foul.
No.
We were saying though that this would be great as an omelet, though.
Yeah.
With the creme fraiche and the chives, and then the trout caviar with that shaved country ham or prosciutto. I think.
Ooh, breakfast tomorrow.
Unfortunately, I had to buy a couple tins of this trout caviar.
Oh no.
So we might have to just have some fun.
That's terrible. You have to do that.
It's kind of like it's like a Diablo omelet there, because it'll be a devil of a good time.
Oh my gosh. What if you did like a deviled egg omelet?
There you go.
I don't know. It's like eggs 2 ways.
I'm intrigued.
But only if it looks like an eyeball.
Oh yeah.
No.
I think we need to put in some of the previous conversations.
So for Halloween was it last year? You made deviled eggs that
we
look
made
like
deviled eggs that look like eyeballs.
Yeah. So
We also did like charcoal waffles because Ruth was mixing those.
Oh my
and
gosh.
She was breathing in it by the time it was
I
all
was
over
being
with.
so careful. These charcoal waffles were delicious. We did it with the fried chicken with the hot honey miso glaze. Life changing. But I was sneezing like crazy and it was like black and I was like, oh my gosh, like that's in your nose. But it was tasty.
So is this better or worse than the paint thinner and lacquer from the door experience today?
I feel like I
gonna say
DIY'd
better.
a little too close to the sun with that project. So the the heat plus the paint stripper. Mom, I promise it was an accident.
Yeah.
It was not on
The
purpose.
beauties of being small business owners.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes. Those little side quests are always fun
Well,
when
they're
you're
always
motivated.
fun anyways, especially when you need a break. and stuff. So that's why I like doing what I do, because I get to do the cooking side of it, and then I get to go back in the office and take care of our clients too. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good gig you got going there.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt, tell everybody what we have poured up. I keep forgetting.
Thank you. I know we're going to get 45 minutes into the segment here before we even...
Like, what bourbon we drinking?
mention what bourbon we've got poured up. This is brand new, eh?
Brand new. They've not even released it yet. So
not even
That's
released.
cool.
Soon to be released.
Soon to be. This is we have a nice little sample here of the Phifer Pavitt Late Nite, which is an 11-year-old straight bourbon whiskey finished in Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon barrels. So 107 proof. This is a 10-year whiskey that has been finished in Cabernet Sauvignon for 13 months, thus making it 11 years. Because once we put that 10-year whiskey in the wine cask, it still is technically aging, so we can add that and make it 11 on the front. So that's why it says 10-year-old whiskey, but 11-year-old product right on the front here, because we can continue that aging process.
Yeah.
And that number keeps going up as long as it is in that oak vessel.
Yeah, so I picked this up this weekend at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. Dave Mandel and Johnny Hargrove, who own the Whiskey House, good friends of ours as well. But years ago, when David was one of the original founders of Bardstown Bourbon Company. And years ago, they put out a release with Suzanne Phifer Pavitt and her winery, Phifer Pavitt, of a Cab Sauvignon Blanc Cab Sauvignon, is that right? Sauvignon. Yeah, barrel finished whiskey. So they worked in conjunction with her. So they started the Whiskey House. So they've come back and they've connected with Suzanne. But this is going to be Suzanne's own brand. So David and the Whiskey House are working with them to help her do all the blending and aging and everything. So now Suzanne's going to have not just the winery, but she's also going to have a whiskey brand as well.
We need to hook up with her.
Phifer Pavitt.
Yeah.
And apparently the Cabernet Sauvignon is like to die for. They actually gave us a tiny pour of their 2014, and I like wine. I'm not like nowhere near a connoisseur, but that
It's not sideways.
Yeah, no, yeah, Merlot.
As long as there's no Merlot.
Merlot.
Yeah.
But I was super impressed and really enjoyed that. So yeah, I was curious and got to taste this, but I'm not going to say anything about it yet. I'm going to throw it to Matt, who's nosing it, and just ask him what he picks up on the nose on it.
It's got a really rich, deep nose. I think the wine influence is certainly present on there. There's like rich, dark fruits, like I get kind of blackberry, currant. There's almost a sweet fruit note, like think of like a British wine gummy kind of note to it. I don't know if you've ever had those.
I have never had that. I don't even know what it is, Matt.
They're wine gummies. They're like like almost a not sweet, but like savory British like gummy.
A gummy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
with
I've
THC
had those
or
before.
what? No.
Do you bring any with
Did you
you?
bring any, Matt?
No, in fact, I've had them so few times in my life, but apparently it was memorable enough that
Yeah, that you can
it
pull
has
that
stuck. It has
in his
stuck.
Rolodex.
Exactly. Or maybe on your BlackBerry. Well, if you guys ever do that international tour, maybe we need to make that
get
a reason
some.
why we go
Absolutely.
there. So
there's good, good bold, rich notes. Some dark, like black peppercorn on this as well. A little bit of spice comes through that way. Almost like subtle mulling spices, but not that far. Nice. It's a good, rich, full nose without being, I think, dominated by the bourbon itself or also the Cabernet barrels.
Yeah, that makes sense. Ruth, what about you? Anything else stand out? What do you get?
I was thinking like custard or like creme brulee. I kind of, especially with that burnt sugar at the top, when you kind of like break into it.
Yeah.
And you get that creaminess and like the yolkiness because it's rich, and then that caramelization. I don't know if it's pawpaw season and that's just not my brain either, but like almost
Possibly.
the smell of the pawpaws when they're ripe,
Yeah,
like before
okay.
they're too funky, but
For sure.
Nice.
yeah, I'm so psyched.
This
about
would be a good one with like a pawpaw smash, like do a pawpaw smash.
I thought you were
Or
gonna say
an
pawpaw
old fashioned.
chaser.
I mean, a pawpaw chaser too, for sure.
Anything else, Jessica, that stands out to you?
For me, I was just thinking about this would be great in like a mulled cider.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
that's what I was getting with
Ve-
it. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
especially
very
when
rich.
it's warm.
Very rich. I mean, I think, Matt, that's like the best descriptor. It's like, it's rich, it's fruity, it's dark. That burnt sugar aroma as well comes out. But Matt, I agree. Sometimes you get a wine barrel finished bourbon, and it just can be just overwhelming. And I don't think this is at all. I think it has the nice subtleties of that wine, but you still can pick out the bourbon undertones. So it seems to me like they've done a really good job on the finishing on this.
This would be a great one to cook with too.
Yeah. So speaking of cooking, let's talk about, this is a question I came up with and I thought this would be fun to ask. So like a funny story or something that just kind of crazy that's happened to you guys. It could be a bourbon dinner or anything, a class or anything like that. Is there something that stands out in your mind that's happened to you?
I know which one you're thinking
want me to
of, but
tell?
I have one too. So
You could both tell one.
Well, we had an occasion, so I mentioned that we do team builders.
Right.
And one of the great things about the team builders is very much it is a team-centered event. However, we really give the whole group like a lot of leeway for being super creative, coming up with their own recipes, thinking about how they're going to build the dish, how it's going to look and be presented. And we often include bourbon because, let's face it, everybody really loves the flame. When you light the pan,
right.
it is a big crowd pleaser. So one of our groups was incredibly motivated, and we were just cooking. I think we're probably an hour into the cooking section of the dinner, and all of a sudden, everyone starts coughing, and like it's not smoky in the kitchen. The first thing I'm thinking of, somebody like, left something in the oven and forgot about it. There was not a wisp of smoke to be seen. But then all of a sudden, it was so bad that we all had to open the doors and walk outside. And it turns out that one of the guests accidentally maced everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Because it was like not something you think about, but they had taken a hot pan, they added hot red pepper flakes to it, then they added apple cider vinegar, and then they added bourbon. But they didn't have any fat in there at all, and then they lit it on fire, and it just released that potent vinegar, peppery. It hurt my lungs. And you're trying to be so cool because like they didn't mean to.
Yeah.
But also the fact that we had to evacuate halfway into the class was definitely a fresh one for us, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
that's definitely our disclaimer now when we have team builders. We're like, hey, just don't throw pepper and vinegar into a pan.
Yes. Light your bourbon responsibly.
Exactly.
I can't wait to hear yours
Exactly.
though.
Mine is the mom's class. The one where I said, okay, now everybody crack their eggs. So one of the disclaimers I have now at the beginning of every class for cracking eggs is gently.
Yeah.
Because it was a whole class full of moms who just slammed that egg on the counter. And I was like, I
like a
just kind of
bloodbath.
stood there for a second and I was like, okay, we're going to get new eggs now. But now I
cost was a
go
little
very
higher for that
gently.
Yeah.
And this was when eggs were super expensive
yeah,
too. And I was
right.
like,
Like that hurt a little
There's
bit.
$30
It did hurt
out
a
the
little
window.
bit.
Yeah, right.
probably more than that
We're
at
gonna
that
have
point
to add
because
a
we
little bit
had
extra to your
14.
ticket at the end.
Yeah.
But
Taking out rage
everybody got
on
a
the
good
counter
laugh.
with
The kids
eggs,
had
yeah.
a good time.
Maybe the moms just needed to release a little bit of tension.
Yeah, right.
You're in a safe space. Like
I bet breaking like the plates or the china would have been cheaper at that point, right? Than
I have worked in restaurants
$6 eggs.
where that was the case until it got too expensive, and our chef was like, he chilled out a little bit. But yeah. And sometimes those eggs just explode. Like,
Oh, for
you
sure.
like go to crack it on the counter, and it just sort of gives up, and you're just looking at it, and you're like, well, okay, I guess I'm just gonna try that again.
And I was just explaining it to him too, like, hey, don't crack it on the edge of the bowl because you get the shell in the bowl
And the
everything.
bacteria.
And they literally just went wham. And I was like, whoa, okay.
Maybe they should have had some bourbon, chill them out a little bit.
Well, it's a kid class though.
Yeah. But moms could use it, right?
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
I don't think
That's
they
true.
would have said no.
They could drink
No,
a
they probably would have.
Cabernet Sauvignon barrel finished whiskey.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So when people come to one of your events, like the event coming up at the end of this month, what can they expect? What can you kind of walk us through, one of you, both of you, whoever wants to talk about it?
So you get greeted at the door, of course. But
Yeah, nice.
But
And
we
that
have
door
a
is going to
couple-
look amazing.
Yes.
It is
Freshly,
Yes.
freshly
rhubarb
painted.
paint.
Yep.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Not a
It is
slick,
going through its transformation phase
It is a cocoon of
Yep.
possibilities right now.
from caterpillar to butterfly as we speak.
But you guys can show up to 30 minutes early. But the cool thing that we added this year is we added a couple of different experiences. So you can do a general admission where, you just come, do the dinner and everything. But there's a premium experience where you can come and you can meet us and talk to us while we're prepping.
Oh, wow.
And
Very
ask
cool.
us questions and everything. But the thing I love about our chef's table is it's so intimate. Like you are able to get up and come and see what we're doing. Sometimes we'll let you try stuff too.
Or they want to stir something.
Yeah, stir something.
Yes.
Or if we catch something on fire.
I want to feel important. I need to do something.
My
with me.
favorite thing to teach people
dice all
is
these
to put
onions
things
for me.
together.
Go right
Cut these
ahead.
up for me. Yeah.
Dishes in the back.
That's a VIP experience right there, right?
Oh, God.
Fully
My
immersed.
go-to trick, though, for everyone, because it's the most satisfying trick, and it's the first trick I learned, is flip something in a pan.
Oh,
without
we love
a
a good flip in
spatula.
the pan.
Yeah.
Without a
Nice.
spatula.
I
And
might
everything.
take you up on that. I'm just telling you.
Oh,
You know?
get ready.
Yeah.
There are so many people that she has given the utmost confidence to with
Yeah,
the
'cause
ability to flip a pan.
I'm not a flipper.
My joke is
Are
to
you a
commit like you commit to
scoocher?
marriage.
Yes. Like
Go straight
spatula,
in.
stir around,
Yeah.
switch it around, but no.
They'll
yeah.
be like, what if I make a mess? I'll be like, so I have to clean it up. So
Yeah,
yeah, okay, I'm telling
Yeah.
you, you're good.
It's not your
Basic
kitchen, right? Yeah.
experiences.
Yeah.
You don't have to stress over
That's
it.
the beauty
Absolutely.
of taking it in our kitchen is you don't have to worry about the cleanup afterwards. Now, do we appreciate if you help us?
Sure.
Of course.
Sure.
But however, now you can come mess up our kitchen and then
Fine.
go on and not have to
Yeah,
worry.
as long as you don't mace us on accident, it's all fine.
Yes.
So the meal coming up, do you have the menu already planned out? Or
We do have the menu already planned out. It's actually on the website.
Okay.
And
All right.
everything. If you do the premium experience, the amuse is a surprise.
Oh,
So I
okay.
won't tell you that.
I was excited for it.
But for the appetizer, we're going to do an Appalachian charcuterie. So we're going to have home pickled vegetables, of course, country ham. We're going to
that
have this trout
muscadine.
cafe, the muscadine
Marmalade?
Marmalade. We'll probably do the marmalade and maybe the jelly too, because we did a brown sugar jelly
Okay.
with it that
Nice.
turned out really good. Then we're going to have Mark's favorite, my roasted beet salad, but it's upgraded with goat cheese. So it's going to be like a ravioli.
Oh my gosh.
instead.
I'm telling you, because I hate beets, but God, last year I was just like,
It will
this-
change your life.
This is awesome. And I do not eat beets. I'm just telling you straight up. When I was like,
You cleaned your plate.
I did.
Wow.
Absolutely, I did. Yes.
You cleaned your plate.
That was delicious. So awesome.
And then so that's the salad course. And then, which I know we called it beet ravioli. But for the entree, it's good old fashioned pot roast. Like
Nice.
braised beef with mashed potatoes and vegetables, a nice,
Those
nice
pearl
sauce.
onions.
Can we
those
just
pearl
go now?
onions.
You guys
Yeah.
got this already? Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
y'all are
actually,
invited.
that it is beef bourguignon season. That's on our weekly meals
Yes.
menus, and honestly, I think we make it like 80% of the week during the season. It's truly a child's recipe. It's just classic.
And then it's pawpaw season.
Oh,
Pawpaw
yeah.
banana pudding. And
Oh,
you've had my
yes.
pawpaw banana pudding. So
Nice.
we're going to use
a
that.
bread pudding for the pawpaws
Ooh, I do like that too. We
or
might
creme
do,
brulee.
we thought
Yes.
about doing a trio.
How about all three?
Let's just do a whole dessert flight of pawpaws.
Yes.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
And
for
we
it.
got our hands on some pawpaw liqueur. So we're going to mix a little bit of bourbon and pawpaw liqueur too.
Oh, wow. That'll be nice. So do you have your bourbons picked out yet? Or do you
Not
know?
quite yet.
Okay. You're
I'm still
working
kind of
on
like
that?
diving in and trying to
Gotcha.
figure out the perfect bourbon.
Well,
Yeah.
you'll
for
have to
each
connect
one.
with Matt too.
Oh, for sure.
So he can
Yeah.
give you.
Yeah. Matt's over here
Yeah.
downplaying it, but he's
I'm going to be like, are you going to be able to come this year?
Well,
I'll
when
be
we
there.
when we do our
Nice.
tasting for the menu, you'll come, or we'll send it to your house. We'll send you some extra food. You taste it. You tell us what bourbons you think.
I will do my best.
No pressure.
He's very good at that.
Yes,
Absolutely
he's
good.
too humble. He
Yeah,
really
he
you know
is.
your
He absolutely is. But
Yeah.
that's just Matt. That's what makes Matt so lovable.
Yeah.
That
And the
is-
beanie.
That is beanie.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump back to the whiskey here. This Phifer Pavitt, I have such a hard time saying Cabernet Sauvignon barrel finished whiskey bourbon. Matt, what do you think about it? Sorry, did you try it with the food?
I did try it with the food.
Okay.
I don't know if this was my favorite food pair, but I wasn't expecting it to be honest. I think this bourbon,
It was a little spicier.
yeah,
Yeah.
very much. It's very a good observation, Jessica. It is spicy. I think there's a lot of black peppercorn, a lot of like good dark heat, kind of like roast, almost like a roasted chili.
And show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that kind of dark, smoky, roasted chili note with it. Kind of leads to like some long blackberry, cherry, or like just dark grape or stone fruit finish. A little bit of the bourbon kind of comes through. There's some char, like a little bit of barrel note. You can tell it's some older whiskey.
Yeah.
It's not tannic, but it's kind of bordering on that like spicier, somewhat drying finish. It's good. I don't know if, and I wasn't going in expecting this to be a beautiful pairing with this delicate of the food that we had and some of the different flavors, but this is good whiskey. I like it.
Good. Ruth, what about you? What do you think? Did you try it with the food?
I did, and it's gone. It was really good.
You can have more. We can kill that sample bottle.
I know, but you guys, it's like so special. Like
the sample bottle?
Yes.
No, it's not.
The
just
one that's
kill
not
it.
been released yet.
Just have as much, please.
No, so
take what you want.
Do we feel like if we put pear instead of the caviar, because like this almost seems like it could be a dessert. Like
I was thinking
dessert.
chocolate.
Because we were talking about charcoal and we were talking about those waffles, but like honestly, that it's got kind of like a batter, like a sourdough pancake.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, but I think with the Cabernet Sauvignon, like it's got not the tannins, but it's the richness of the grape itself. But it's not overpowering.
Yeah.
It would be good with that hoe cake.
Yes, your famous
You might
hoe
as well
cakes.
just pass that over here.
Okay.
I might as well have a little bit. I mean, if we're going to kill the
It's open
sample
already.
bottle, we might as
Yeah.
well. So, Jessica, was there anything else that stood out to you?
I just kept thinking of dessert.
Yeah.
In all honesty, because of the spiciness of it and everything, it needed a little bit on the other end to balance it instead of something acidic
Yeah.
and briny.
Yeah. I mean, I really liked it. I mean, again, I'm not usually a big wine finished bourbon kind of guy, but I do like this one.
This would have been a good one in our class that we had last week.
Yeah.
Because we did bourbon barrel wine.
Oh,
and everybody
yeah.
got to take home a bourbon barrel wine.
Oh, nice.
And it was a Cabernet Sauvignon.
This is definitely a good one. I think of the three pairing with the food, though, I think that Peerless Toasted Rye is
That
probably
was the winner.
best.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that was my favorite of the night. Matt, I agree with what you all said that the whiskey itself is good, but paired with this particular snack, it wasn't quite.
It's a bit separate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I think this would pair well with, like you said, chocolate, even the pear, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's really good. It's good whiskey. So I'm looking forward. I'm not sure. I think they're going to put it out sometime this fall. I just don't know when the release date is on that.
We'll be on the lookout.
It's going to be a limited release. So yeah, hopefully can get a bottle of that. But yeah, I really like it. Well, believe it or not, we're at the end, or we're very close to it. But I always like to ask our guests, what has been your favorite part of the journey that you've been on so far? So Ruth, I'm going to ask you first. What's been your favorite part of your journey in this culinary world and experience?
Honestly, the discovery of it all. Like you can't come into this with an ego of any kind. You can't just assume that because you have certain credentials or you've spent a certain amount of time working on one particular thing that you just kind of know everything there is to know about it. So the fact that we're always getting to explore and have fun in the kitchen and not feel like put in a box with what we're told we're supposed to be learning at a particular time, and also just getting to have really great people like Jessica. Honestly, like she just took it and hit the ground running. So it's been really fun to get to see her grow and all the things that she's experienced and all the things that she's brought as kind of like aha moments has just been really, really cool. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Jessica, what about you? What's been your favorite part?
All of it. Honestly, the best part about it is the people I work with. Like the
Nice.
team that we have, and Ruth, in all honesty,
sucking up
like,
now.
You owe her 20 more
gotta get that
bucks.
raise. What are you talking about? But
under
Ruth
the table.
is so supportive when it comes to cooking, and then also the other chefs. And she's right. You have to go in without an ego. So if I'm doing, I tell them all the time, if I'm doing something wrong, let me know.
Yeah.
Tell me. Don't be afraid, because I don't have an ego. I don't know nothing, for lack of a better way to put it. So I'm learning along with the rest of you, and it's amazing. Like, I like the creative part of it. So I'm an artist when I don't work for Ruth. I work with yarn and everything.
Oh, okay.
And so the creative part of it. So any chance I get to cook, I'm happy. So my favorite thing is when they ask me to make lunch, that's my way to practice plating. And then also,
Flavors.
just what can I do?
Yeah.
What can I impress them with? What do we have in the kitchen that
Very nice.
that you wouldn't think would go together or whatever? And I've had some weird things that they've gone, I don't know about that. And then they're like, okay.
I don't know. I don't feel like you've had too many.
No.
No raisins and potato salad.
Oh gosh, no.
That's good. Yeah, please don't do
Not
that.
for me.
So, where can people get more information about Bonne Vie, the services you all provide?
Well, you can call the kitchen, of course, and talk to our culinary director, Alicia. She's amazing.
Okay.
And then you can also go online. It's just as easy as going straight to the cooking classes tab, and everything's all laid out. We have Simple Ticks. It's a new program. And you can choose your experience, essentially, and go from there. And then you'll either have myself or Chef Oliver, or we have a new chef, Chef Cleveland, that is teaching the classes now. So
We're on Facebook, Instagram.
All the
All the
socials?
places.
Yeah. And
right.
our website's just lbvcooking.com. But you can also come inside and see us at the kitchen, since you want to see all of our lovely faces and smell the smells of what we're cooking that day.
Yeah.
And at the end of the month, we're working with Food Chain. That's
Yes.
what that
Okay.
Appalachian dinner is going to be, in conjunction with them, so we can raise money for them.
And that's on the
The 26th.
26th.
Man, I'm glad you paid attention.
Tickets are available, right?
Tickets are available.
Okay. And get those on the website.
They will go fast, though.
LBV Cooking. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, well, thank you guys. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Any final thoughts though before we wrap it up tonight?
Where are we going for our international trip?
That's right.
My question.
Or when are we going to do that bottled and bond dinner?
Oh, I'm so
Yeah,
excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going we're just Britain, and we're going to get the wine gummies apparently. So that's
We must now.
yeah.
That sounds like
I'm going to be
we'll-
thinking about that.
We'll start there.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a nice little starter.
Yeah, we'll do that. And then after we're finished, I'm going to introduce you guys to something I purchased through Amazon a couple of weeks ago.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So,
Intrigue. Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you guys check it out and see, but we're not going to tell everybody online here. So we're just going to keep that a secret.
Yes.
But,
All right.
yeah. Any final thoughts, Jessica, before we wrap it up?
No. It's been a blast, in all honesty.
flown
This
by.
is fun.
Yeah. Well, thank you. We appreciate you being here. Thank you for your first time. You did great.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thanks for hanging out with us. Thank you both. And thank you for the wonderful food.
Of course.
Always. That's such a treat. And I love being able to pair it with the different bourbons. Sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss, but I think that Peerless Toasted Rye
That was the one.
That was definitely
That was the
a
only
hit.
one we needed for this particular
I'm
one.
telling you, that was spot on. So, Matt, any final thoughts before we get out of here tonight?
Ladies, thank you so much for coming over here, sitting around the table with us. It is so refreshing to see two people as passionate about what you're doing that even just making small talk about menu planning back and forth throughout this whole thing as new ideas come across. It's really nice to see
that's awesome.
Sometimes people get so like immersed in their
That's how it is in the
craft or in their
kitchen.
trade that they're just stuck in their ways. They're not as you are both, I should say, not afraid to be playful and even just bouncing ideas off each other right now while we're here recording as something comes up. So it's lovely to see. It really is. And this really has been just a super joyous evening.
Oh,
Thank you.
you guys are the
you.
best. We can't, honestly, hanging out with you guys, thank you so much for having us on here.
I'd have been just happy to sit here in the corner and listen to you all talk. So.
I know, right? Yeah. No,
Well,
it's excellent company.
And we feel the same way. So thank you for coming back. Thank you for coming this time.
you.
That's great. We're happy to have you. It's been a lot of fun, and looking forward to your dinner coming up soon. So that'll be a good time as well. We just appreciate what you're doing, and like Matt said, you're both very passionate about it, and we love to see that, and love the fact that you're incorporating the world of bourbon into what you do as well, and that's awesome. Because anything that promotes bourbon, we are absolutely
Sign us up for it.
exactly
Yes.
right. Yeah. So, well, we are the Bourbon Life Podcast. We want to thank all of our sponsors for everything they do. We appreciate them, their partnerships. We couldn't do the show each week without their help and support. So, thank you to all of our sponsors. I also want to thank you, our listeners, for tuning in. Like Matt always says, whatever time of day it is, morning, noon, or night, whenever it is you get your Bourbon Life fix, we appreciate you taking the time to listen. Don't forget to check out our friend Mike, Big Chief. He's doing the Whiskey Trip podcast. That comes out under our umbrella every Tuesday on our platform. You can also find Mike on Instagram and Facebook as the Whiskey Trip. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook as well, the Bourbon Life. We also have our private Facebook group, the Bourbon Lifers. So jump in there, have some conversation, have some fun with us. We'd love to have you in there. And with that said, I'm going to wrap it up, send us home with our tagline, which is, may your glasses always be full, and may you keep on living the Bourbon Life.
Thank you for joining us for this week's episode of the Bourbon Life Podcast. Our mission at the Bourbon Life is simple, to share our passion for all things bourbon with you every week. And we'd really love to hear your thoughts on how we're doing. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at The Bourbon Life. You can also contact us by email at thebourbonlife@gmail.com. And you can always find us on your favorite podcast platform. If you have a moment, we'd love it if you would rate us and give us a review. So until next week, we hope your glass is always full and that you keep on living the Bourbon Life.